Shohei Ohtani's cards are on absolute fire right now. They're up 150% over the last 6 months. It's crazy what some of his cards are going for. I'm sure you've seen it. All right. And what we're going to look at today is is this a bubble? Is this something that's going to burst? Or are these prices here to stay? We're going to go through and look at 6 of my favorite cards from my personal collection. And stick around to the end. I'm going to show you one of these cards that's really, really special. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to get right into it. And so we'll get into these 6 cards, but before we jump into the 6 cards and look at those, let's look at Card Ladder. Let's look at the index for Ohtani's cards over the past few months and see some of these changes, see some of these giant leaps in price. So let me bring this up. So here we are. This is the last 6 months. And so what you're gonna see here, if we zoom in a little bit, is you're gonna see that growth rate, right? Close to 150%, right? Over 140% of growth in 6 months. That's just crazy, right? Now, if you want to see where we currently are living up in here, let's go to the last 3 months. And you can see this here. Let me zoom in a tad here. Let me get rid of that. Now let me zoom in. There we go. Now we can see a little bit better. So this is around late February, March. You have this huge spike, right? And so we're kind of living in here. It's like it was a steady increase and then FOMO set in or something, right? Something set in. So the question is, and the question I'm posing to you and even to myself is this a bubble? Are we living in an Ohtani card bubble that we're going to see crash and people are going to be burned, right? We're going to look at some of his specific cards here. In fact, let's go ahead and let's bring up some of these and let me go ahead and do that. Here we are. So we'll look at a few of these and we'll check out some more data. But this one right here is his Bowman's best rookie. It's not the Refractor. Still a nice looking card, right? I started collecting Ohtani more seriously, I want to say, in kind of the middle of last year. Really not that long ago, right? So I kind of got in right before this huge jump. So I want to bring up this card and show you what I paid for it, what it's going for now. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if it matches that index, right? So let's go over to it. Here you can see it. So I paid $79 right there. And if you go over to 130 point, which is a good spot to look for like just super recent sales. So if we go over to 130 point here, we're going to see that this card, most recent sale, this was Tuesday, March 17th, right? $200. So it had a list price at $230, right? Went for $200. And so there you go. This one down here, this is the Refractor. So it's gonna go for a little bit more, right? But $200. I mean, that's a huge increase. All right, huge increase on this card. All right, let's bring up the next one and make sure you stay to the end. I have a really nice one. Man, I don't know if I could let this other one go, right? So let's bring this one up though. And this one is the Topps Chrome PSA 10, batting stance. I love this card. I love the pose, everything. It's really nice, right? And so this card right now, this is one of the ones that's just massively on fire. And so let me go ahead and let's bring this one up. All right. Let's see what I paid for it and then what it's going for. So let's go over here. So this is what I paid for it right here. $212. Okay. And most of us probably looking at that are like, that's a reasonable price. That makes sense, right? For that card. Okay. Now, what's it going for now? PSA 10. Here's one right here. I mean, $810, $760, $750. That's more than 100% increase right on that card. That's a lot. All right, so that's what people look at this like, this is a bubble. What is going on? Who's doing this, right? So there's a few reasons why people think this is a bubble. There's actually kind of three main reasons why you could look at this as being a bubble. All right. And so let's go back to the card. We could look at this here. In fact, let me bring up the next one. Let me bring up the next one and we'll talk about the three reasons. What are the three reasons people look at this as being a bubble, right? Okay, here's the next one. The pink refractor. Now this one is not slabbed. All right. It's not slabbed. Sorry, I'm trying to bring something up here really quickly. All right. But I am going to slab this one. I am going to. All right. So we'll look at the price here in just a second, but here's the three reasons. All right. The number one reason is there's just a massive supply. Modern cards, Ohtani, just huge supply. Okay. I have some numbers right here. There's 24,000 different cards of Ohtani, right? And that's normal for modern players, right? So Ohtani's no different, all right? But even some of his rookie cards, right? So the highly sought after cards, like the one I showed you before, right? The Bowman's Best, right? There's thousands of these, okay? And they're going for huge numbers, right? So massive oversupply, number one. Number two is skyrocketing prices, right? These high valuations. So that's a big reason. And then the third reason is the difference between modern and vintage, really. So I haven't done a lot of vintage, but vintage cards, you don't have that modern jump in hype with players like Ohtani, all right, or any other modern player, okay? And going along with these high valuations, like I mentioned as point two, is lots of stuff can happen. So he can get injured. He could have a down year. Any number of things could come out, right? I mean, I don't know. I think probably the most likely of that is probably an injury, right? But lots of things can happen. And you can just see his prices just obviously go down if that's the case, right? Now, let's go ahead and let's look at this one. All right, let's bring this one up and see what I paid for it. I got to find it first. Here we go. So this is what I paid for it. Now, when I bought this, I thought this was a lot, but I wanted this card so much, right? So I loved the batting pose, all of it. You used to be able to get a PSA 10 of this card for that price. So even when I bought this, I was like kind of biting the bullet, like, okay, whatever. I just want this card. I want it a part of my collection. But you PSA 10s of the pink refractor were going for that at one point. Okay, not too long ago. All right, what's this card going for now? Raw. Okay, PSA 10 is gonna be crazy, but raw. Here's a raw card right here, 1,500. PSA 10, double that, right? Now the raw, someone's buying that probably hoping to get a PSA 10 out of it, right? Because a Beckett 9 is going for less than that. So around $3,000 for that. PSA 9 is going for less than a raw, which again, we've all heard those arguments, right? So I get that. But you're looking at $1,000 card raw on this. That's a lot, right? That's a lot, right? So let's bring it back over here. So this one's gone up probably 100%, right? At least since when I bought it, and prior to that, it's gone up even more. Okay. All right. There's the three rookies. Let's get into the other ones. Okay. So here's a beauty right here. Topps black and white. I love Topps black and white. This is the blue. So this one's actually numbered. Where's my numbering? There it is. Out of 49. I love the blue with this just because Dodger blue just fits so well, right? Okay, so let's look at what I paid for this. Again, you're gonna see that 100% jump, okay? Because I didn't buy this necessarily a year ago when the prices would have been even further down, right? So let's bring this one up. And I gotta find it. There it is. Okay, let's go over here and check it out. So $300, you can see that. That's what I spent. What's this going for now? This is a PSA 10. This now, that's the raw one. Here's a PSA 10, 600 bucks. So it's doubled in price from when I bought it. Okay, so again, it's matching that index. So if you think this is a bubble, comment down below. Comment bubble. All right. If you think this is a bull market and it's here to stay, comment this is a bull market and get in now, because this is just going to keep going up, right? Let me know your thoughts on that. Okay. I think there's a lot of reasons to think that this is a bubble for sure. And a lot of his cards I'm outpriced out of. So, but I'm glad I got this when I did. Really glad I got this one when I did. All right, let's go ahead and look at just a couple more here, and we're almost near the end. We're almost to that special card. But let's go ahead and look at this guy. Topps Chrome Black, white refractor out of 10, PSA 9. I didn't know how to price this one. There's only 10 copies, right? So you don't have a lot of sales of this. Let me go ahead and bring up my purchase price. This one right here. So let's go ahead and look at it. This one was around $500, right? That's what I purchased for it. And I did my best I couldn't find this exact card, okay? And so I did my best to look at something, and so I found the gold, right? So if we look at the gold right here, which is out of 50, right? This one went for 500. And so out of 10, the white refractor, I'm based on the index and where his market is, I'm going to say it's $1,000, maybe a little bit more on what that card would go for. All right. Looking at the gold, which is out of 50, this one's out of 10, might be more, might be a $2,000 card. I don't know, just because there isn't a sale of it, right? I think I might be the last person that I know, or the last person that I've seen data of that actually purchased that card. Okay, so I haven't seen the data. Okay, and so there we are. Just a really cool card though. So, and some people don't like Topps Chrome Black. I do. But yeah, really cool card. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, wait, before the reveal of that final card here, I do have a little kind of sad story to go over. Okay, I purchased this card. I would have loved to have shown you this card. Now, this was bought this for $152. Okay, and this is just a Topps black and white. I just loved the image of this card. Now, I would be showing you this card if I had it, but I don't have it. This card was stolen from me. It was stolen out of my mailbox. It was delivered and stolen out of my mailbox. I've never had anything else stolen out of my mailbox, but on that day it was stolen, right? My mailbox was, because I have one of those locked mailboxes, it was ripped open and stolen. And so, yeah, I was like, man, I'm out 150 bucks, whatever, right? How much is that card going for today? You guessed it, double, right? Double, right? 100% increase. Actually more so, right? It's almost 370 for these. And so now I'm out close to 400 bucks on that card, right? So anyway, that's a small story. Let's go ahead and let's look at this final reveal. I bought this card for $1,800. This one right here, the golden mirror variation. Now, I bought this raw. I was hoping for a PSA 10. Once I inspected the card, actually, I knew it wasn't going to gem out. I knew it wasn't going to. There's a minor flaw. I'm not going to tell you what the flaw is, but it's this corner. So there's just a minor flaw. And so I knew it wasn't going to gem out. So I was happy with a 9, and it deserves a 9. It's a gorgeous card, but there is a minor flaw in that corner down there. But Yeah, so this card, I don't know why. Back when I got this, I was like, man, I love that card. It was kind of a hot card at the time, and my local card shop had this card. And so I went down there and I grabbed it, and then I had it slabbed. So let's look at this one. Actually, I don't know if I have it up. Let me bring it up, all right? Because I don't think I have it up, right? Because I bought this at my card shop. So let me bring this up here. We'll just go ahead and we'll just type it in. So this is the 2025. And PSA 10s for this card are absolutely bonkers. Let's see if this pops up for me. So here we go. About $5,000, right? So that's over 100% increase on that card. PSA 10s for this are going for 10 grand plus. I've seen at least a couple of sales, I think, of the PSA 10. And so there we go. All right. But that was the special card I wanted to show you guys. This one right here. What do you think about that one? And again, comment below. Bubble, is this going to burst? Is this because of FOMO? What are your guys' thoughts on this? And are you buying? Are you selling? What are you doing, right? Are you just holding what you have? What's the plan there? All right. So until next time, have a great one.